We're joined now by an American bishop with a strong opinion on this issue because for him, it's also very personal. Archbishop Nelson Perez of Philadelphia can look no further than his own parents and his own birth to bring unique perspective to the immigration debate. Thank you so much for being with us, Archbishop Nelson. With the executive order on birthright citizenship and aggressive action to deport undocumented migrants, your personal story must be on your mind often. In 2021, when you first gave your first interview to EWTN as Archbishop of Philadelphia, you shared that you were conceived in Cuba, but as you mentioned, unwrapped in Miami. Here's your testimony real quick.
My father, at the age of 25, managed some 20-something banks in Cuba. He was a banker. And my mother and my father and my older brother, God rest his soul, came here in 1960, and I was in my mother's womb. So I already existed, right? From natural birth to natural death, Nelson already existed.
Yes.
Right? He just hadn't shown up yet. But he was on the plane.
Yes.
I was in Cuba.
So you yourself are a birthright citizen. What are your thoughts on that executive order?
Disconcerting and sad. Disconcerting and sad. It's been the law of the land for 150 years, since like 1868, when the Supreme Court ruled that a lower court ruling that wanted to take that right away from African Americans said, no, that's not the heart of the American people. And so it's disconcerting, right? I'm no constitutional lawyer, nor do I present myself as one, but I don't know if an executive order could take away a constitutional amendment that's the law of the land. So it's disconcerting, and obviously now it's being fought in courts because it has struck a chord in the hearts of people all over this country. And I pray that it will come to a just and actually loving resolution.
Now, Archbishop, the Holy Father sent a letter to you and your brother bishops here in the United States just last Monday, outlining his views on deportation of migrants and the rhetoric equating illegal status of some migrants with criminality. He wrote, "The act of deporting people who in many cases have left their own land for reasons of extreme poverty, insecurity, exploitation, persecution, or serious deportation of depletion of the environment damages the dignity of many men and women and of entire families and places them in a state of particular vulnerability and defenselessness. An authentic rule of law is verified precisely in the dignified treatment that all people deserve, especially the poorest and most marginalized." How did you receive that letter that was very specific to you and your brother bishops?
It was a wonderful expression of solidarity with us in the United States as the bishops and the church, as we have to navigate this disconcerting time. He certainly echoes, really in a lot of ways, what has been in the heart of the American country and the people. Unless you're an American, Native American Indian, we all came from someplace else, you know, and that wonderful quote, as people came to this country looking to live a better life for themselves and their children, kind of sums up what is in the heart of the American people. Give me your tired, your poor, your hard-old masses yearning to breathe free. And that's the story of my family, who came here to breathe free, and this country opened its doors and its hearts to receive as millions and millions and millions of others. And so we have to preserve that value. It's a Christian value. It's a biblical value of welcoming the stranger, the foreigner, which has been really at the heart of who we are as a country. It's what made us.
And now, Archbishop Jose Gomez of the Archdiocese of Los Angeles called for immigration reform in a column for Angeles News last week, noting that there's really a lot of confusion on the role of church and government. He wrote, "The Catholic Church did not break the nation's immigration system, but every day we deal with the human damage caused by that broken system." Your Excellency, what are your thoughts on this lack of discussion about reforming the broken system?
That is the issue. The issue is that we do have a broken immigration system that for decades now, legislature has tried, Congress has tried bipartisan approaches and I don't really understand why we don't get it together, right? Why we don't fix a system that's broken so that people can be treated with dignity and families could be respected in their human rights. The human rights are not given to us by the state; they are given to us by God, and the role of the state is actually to protect the dignity and the human rights that are divinely given to all of us. And so I pray and I hope, as all the bishops, it is the position of the bishops of the church that in the United States that we need to work and get this right somehow, and that throwing people out of the country doesn't fix a broken immigration system.
Now,
that is just.
Now, for you, this is also personal. You have a migrant community in your own backyard. You're in charge as the bishop, not only of the souls that attend your churches and are baptized, but everyone who is within your metropolitan territory. How is this affecting you personally?
I see their fear. They are fearful. Children aren't going to school because they're fearful. They're not going to church because they're fearful. They're not going to work that they provide incredible good for society because they're fearful. And there's nothing, we all know what it's like to live with fear in the heart. And I pray that we are compassionate and compassionate and caring because they are our brothers and sisters.
Now, 61% of Catholics in this country come from Hispanic or Latino homes. You know that very well. Is this an opportunity? Is this moment providing an opportunity for the church to do a better job of reaching out to them specifically?
Without a doubt, to continue the work that the church all over this country, bishops, priests, lay people, religious, deacons, have been so caring in supporting and embracing and accompanying people in a time of uncertainty. So this is a time for us in the church actually to step up even more than we have been doing. So it's the right thing to do. It is the gospel thing to do.
Well, we're grateful for your witness. Thank you so much for your time, Your Excellency.
Thank you, Monsignor. We keep praying because God's powerful and prayer is powerful.
Amen.